Hi, I'm Hanzi and I'm a cosplayer and streamer, and today we're checking out the Nitro 5 by Acer. This is honestly one of the smoothest gameplay experiences that I've had, especially on a laptop. The graphics are amazing, it's not laggy, it's very lightweight. The keyboard feels really nice to play with, and I love the RGB lights. Look how pretty they are. We love a rainbow. Yes! 4-star! 4-star character! If you're looking for a gaming laptop on the go, be sure to check out Acer's range.
Yeah, sure.
Where's my clean feed?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Uni League. We are back. Spud, how are you this evening?
I am great. I'm really looking forward to another one of these games. This time we're actually going to a different group. We've been seeing the same groups over and over again, which is pretty funny. So I'm pretty glad that we are actually going to see Group A this time, some new faces as well. Of course, what is not new are our sponsors, Predator, AOC, and RIG. The AEUL is sponsored by Proto, the gaming PC partner, AOC Monitors, the monitor partner, and RIG, the headset partner.
Spud, we aren't going to sit around here for too long. Obviously, this game, the best of two for this evening, UON versus Monash Mankeys. And it's going to be a pretty interesting one this evening. Oregon and Clubhouse being our two maps for the point of contention. How do you think these are going to play out? Obviously, these two maps, pretty back to basic. Nothing out of the ordinary here in terms of the, how many times these maps are played in a season. I mean, we see them pretty much every week. But I mean, other than that, do you think anything's going to be interesting here tonight, or are we just going to see some vanilla rainbow?
Well, the fact is that these two teams are actually seated quite closely in terms of their results. I believe one of them is seated exactly 8th place and the other is 9. I believe Mankeys is 9th and UON is at 8th seed. And they've actually had pretty similar records in this group stage. The only real challenge they've had to face so far really would be Swinburne University. Swinister, the number 1 seed, has taken down UON already. It would be Monash. Monash went 1-1 against them, and UON is yet to play against them. They will play them next week. So far, these teams relatively untried. They've had easy 2-0 victories. You know, Swindler's only real challenge there. So now that they get to finally face each other, I think this will really set them apart in terms of who gets to take that second spot in the playoffs. Because as we know, top 2 teams in each group go to playoffs, and well, Swinburne obviously the favourites right now to take that first spot. So I think this match will be the one that decides who actually makes it through the playoffs here.
Yeah, look, it's going to be an interesting one, albeit I believe both teams are ready and we're going to be able to head on into things very soon here. Obviously, UON and Monash, have you mentioned, relatively straightforward. They are quite evenly matched. And going into tonight, I hope we're going to be able to see just who is going to come out on top. Obviously, best of 1, so you're going to be looking for that that 2-0 in the best case, albeit things are going to be rather interesting, Spud. So we're going to be able to head straight on over to the game and get things started. And yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. Let's get into it, starting with the band, Spud. Obviously, I'd imagine we're probably going to see Thatcher, maybe Flores. I'd assume those are the two we are going to be looking for this evening. But at the same time, I mean, things are looking relatively vanilla, I think, just in, talking about the map the map picks, but Flores to go first here for Monash, and I'd imagine Thatcher is going to follow up here for UON.
Well, there we go. Pretty much as you predicted, and I don't see anything kind of out of the ordinary here. two operators which are very strong, and there's a lot of walls you need to keep shut on Oregon, so no surprises there. Just comes down to maybe the defensive bans. Maybe we'll see a little bit more creativity. We might see Kaid slip through and get away because, you know, you can still bring that Maverick on the board, but it will actually be Jackal taken off as well. Again, the usual other famous face when it comes to bans. So does leave Thatcher, which obviously means Kaid still playable. Mira and then maybe a Valkyrie is what I'm going to predict here.
I'd imagine they are going to be the two to go. You know, they are the favourite on, obviously, Oregon. They love to ban those ones out, given that they are the two most prominent defenders at the moment, aside from Cade, and there you go. Mira and Valkyrie both to go. So Spud, other than the Thatcher being left up, nothing out of the ordinary here, really, in terms of the bans, albeit things are looking good going into the first round. It is going to be Monash kicking things off on Kids' Dorms, and they are going to be bringing a pretty interesting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about it apart from the fact that it's Finca again? Same as always. I'm just gonna start off by saying I hate Finca. Then I said it. The LNG meta is ass. It's settle ass. Anyway, so now that that's out of the way, we can maybe look at how the defense are going to set this up and play this out. I mean, some pretty standard stuff here. I'm going to say the Rooney, those big windows, denying those jump ins. Just interested to see where the power positions will be held. There's so many to choose from, but of course you can't place them everywhere. Will we see a deep attic hold? Players playing attic usually. Sometimes you see it, but some in the fact that a lot of teams nowadays choose to forego that attic control when it comes to attacking anyway. You don't have to put
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no, a lot of teams haven't really been dedicating players towards that attic spot, given a couple of changes to operators, you know, the LMG as we mentioned, grenades having a bit more prominence, flashbangs as well, especially with the addition of operators like Umai. You don't have to have that shield, you don't really need a player there, due to the fact that teams will usually just send the Maverick Zofia to go open up attic and play for the utility burn, albeit, you know, 12 seconds into the round here, and UON off to a little bit of a slower start. They're only just making their way towards the building with 30 seconds. They have got in pretty quickly though, albeit I'd imagine their pre-places are pretty good, and they're going to be setting up here to get rid of the mute jammer on the back of the tower with a Thatcher grenade paired with a Maverick torch is an interesting choice, albeit you know, some slight utility misuse there from them.
Well, they are going to start off with this attic entry, though it will be definitely challenging given the positions here, but Arbs proves it will not be with the LMG. Manages just to simply wipe out Buddha Spooky, and that's, I believe, that attic player gone right off the ball, right off the bat. So it's going to make holding onto that a lot more difficult. And with all this pressure coming in from all sides as well, it's going to be difficult for this trophy player as well. However, he will find that shot. Really takes out Zach, even out the man count, and drops another one more for Hezbollah. And that means 2 players down on the face of UON. Actually, make it 2 all for each team. Even playing field right now.
Yeah, Senator able to trade there, pretty good finding that Malusi, albeit kind of impactless. However, Arbs deep inside of Attic's going to be good for 1. Going to find the opener for himself up onto Willow after coming down into pits. Then to go down, he's rolling across the clips, and it's all up to the remaining Rowan. Needs to find 3. We'll get the first on the arms. Actually going to go for the res here. It will get it off. Then he's going to be able to put back into play. And unfortunately for Eclipse and Center, they're not going to capitalize on that. They're going to go for the drone. But given that there's a minute left in play, this could really be anyone's round. I think, you know, they have some inkling that there is a player back by Bunks. Eclipse not too game to pick this one just yet. There's a little bit of a slower end to this round, given that they have good information, or at least had good information. But Sendit's got to bring the bomb in. They've got to go for this diffuser plant, and the trade is going to come out. But at what cost? They've lost 1 player. It's all good. Eclipse is there on the Maverick. UON close out round 1.
Good trades coming out there from UON. I think that was a key part there. They got that early pick at the start, but then unfortunately lost 2. But I really like the fact that they got those refrags really, really quickly, making sure they kept the man count even, kept it up and kept up that pressure. And ultimately, as we saw, it came down in the end to that 2v2. And that's where it certainly helped to have all the manpower you could muster. Quick trade made it a 1v1, and then of course Eclipse got that last kill. Having said that, well done from Mankeys. I think that was a good kind of stalling of time, and they pushed it down to a 1v1 from, you know, a pretty early pick there. So nice try there, but ultimately UON, I think, just had the better attack.
Yeah, UON definitely cleaning things up a little bit towards the end, provided that, you know, that could have definitely gone very bad for them. Albeit, unfortunate for Monash, couldn't make it happen, and they were close, but at the end of the day, close is not on the way to the dub. Proto is going to take a lot of damage on the opener here from someone on his team, whether or not that was the shotgun from Rowan or someone trying to shoot a drone. I guess we will never know, albeit he's about 50 HP, 60 HP, so, you know, not the greatest way for the Jaeger to start the round, especially due to the fact that he, I'd imagine, maybe one of the roaming powers, but last round we didn't really see him too much on that role. However, it looks like, no, okay, he's going to go back into the site, so he might be safe within the reaches of the upstairs bomb site, albeit, yeah, a lot of health lost. Not a great start for Monash, but UON, they're going to be happy about it.
And once again, a similar take. Arbs and Eclipse and Maverick and the Thinker will be pushing from that attic. They're going to open up that wall, get some long lines of sight from the bottom of the stairs, while the focus of the other players will be in this trophy area. So they're going to pinch through into trophy and make sure that no one can play in the attic or that trophy area. Just sneaky, a little bit off site now, but unfortunately not really in a position to contest. There is one close by in the garage, and I assume he's going to try to challenge that. Gun pokes out, does give him away. Send it does indeed fall. And this will be with the opening pick now, and that's one for Monash.
Good start for Monash, and finding themselves a second Willow to take down Eclipse. Arb's still on the board though, so the once OCL player looking to do some damage on the Thinker, you know, provided he can find kills. He does have 2 from the previous, so, you know, looking to definitely pad those stats a little bit in the second, albeit half the round gone. And I believe we've had a small freeze, but we are back. Still just holding these angles. I mean, ZQ is going to open up that main breach. It's just sort of setting themselves up here for post plant. We've got one player at the top of white, can't connect the shots. We'll let it go down from Arbs, and there you go. Frag there for the Thinker. 3 versus 4 is doable here for Odeon, especially with experience on their side. But Monash have the man count now, finding another kill. Rowan to take down ZQ, and that's main breach control lost. Arbs being the last alive.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the drone work coming out here really was. I mean, they had the pre-play set up, and that's why we saw Arbs Eclipse very confidently walking into that attic. But after that, it kind of seemed to be a bit lackluster. There wasn't really much intel on where these players were, and it seemed they more just preferred to take some of these gunfights heads up. And unfortunately, it just doesn't seem to be working out very well. Granted, you do have a Thinker, and of course, we know Thinker is, you know, very, very proficient at taking these entry picks, but when Thinker isn't in a position to really lead the charge, it does make things a little bit more difficult, and that's what we're kind of seeing play out here. I mean, talked about good picks earlier, good retrade, sorry, from UON, but it really doesn't seem to be the case here. Monash certainly, almost certainly have this round in the bag.
Yeah, with only 10 seconds left, Arb's not really going to have much of an impact, and that's actually the second round we've seen them on the Thinker and not use an Adrenal Surge, so look, Thinker maybe not having the most impact here for UON at all on the attack, albeit just for the gun. But yeah, Monash, they're going to find their first, and now they're obviously going to send themselves down to the laundry supply room due to the fact that they cannot repeat upstairs. For anyone that doesn't know, the site's locked after you win them. So yeah, they have to go somewhere else now. UON, they're not going to change anything up though, other than maybe not bring the Maverick this round. Obviously, Attacker 6 pick is available in the round. Well, Attacker repick, I think, is what it's called now, after the changes. But either way, you know, they got that first round, let themselves sort of get a little bit overconfident in the second and played a lot more aggressively, and it did not play out for them in the slightest. So now going into the third here, they've changed some things up. They have to attack downstairs, but they don't actually currently have a hard breacher selected at all. And yes, while Thatcher might be available, Not bringing a hard breacher is definitely brave, but there you go. Eclipse onto the Habana. Thankfully, it was Cookie.
Yeah, I would have been very, very concerned for UON's attack there, and thankfully they did figure it out. May have just been a decision about where the site was. Usually it is basement, of course, but might have wanted to see whether it would be hatches or something else needing opening. What doesn't need opening is Braving's head and a team kill and a teabag to follow up. Okay, usually you teabag your opponents. I'm not sure if Sendit got that message, but you know, well, apparently it's a strat. Okay, we'll see how well the strategy works out for them.
Yeah, interesting, at least, but at the same time, we're looking at some very interesting starts there. Albeit UON losing that play early is going to hurt them, especially with it being the Thatcher. So, you know, with the Cade in play here for Zenny, things for UON just got significantly harder, provided that they don't have a Maverick. They don't really have any direct way to deal with these electric claws, and there you go. You're seeing it already come into effect here. Eclipse doesn't really seem to have the ability to deal. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that gunfight, but Ron's going to walk away with the kill, and yeah, sorry, not Odium. UON, they're definitely in dire straits at the moment.
Again, where were the drones? Surely someone would have sent in a drone and said, hey, there's a Belusi chilling around the corner of the kitchen. Maybe you want to flash it, maybe you just want to be careful about peeking, but no, it seems a little bit too distracted by the electrified walls. Again, okay, that one just straight up, round one just won that fight, right? Zach, he was there, he had the advantage, but I don't know, the Belusi won it out. Now, again, it's Arts and Sender left all alone, finds one, but will be taken out. Now it's a 1v4, and okay, UON were doing really well at the start, but things have really started to fall apart here. If this continues, we might be in for a quick match after all.
Would be great, Spud, but with Monash taking round 3 here, I mean, cementing themselves in the lead early on with that extra round, so it's always great. We're still yet to see a Finker Surge come out from ARBS 3 rounds in. So this then begs the question, is that utility even really worth it from Odium? Why do I keep saying this? They have a very similar tag from UON. ARBS, come on, man. You got to stop doing this to me. But yeah, UON, sorry. I mean, he keeps bringing the Finker, but we're yet to see that utility used. It's just, is it worth it at this point? Should you just switch onto the Zofia and you know, more bullets, stuns? I mean, it's all great. Claymores, you got the whole kit, but you know, without using that adrenal surge, essentially, why bother with the Finker, right?
Well, I have seen him use the frag grenades. I haven't seen him use the Gone 6 though, so you know, halfway there, halfway there. Maybe he hasn't played this game in a while. Who knows? But interesting switch around now. They will be bringing out that Monty instead of the Thatcher. Okay, they have brought it back. All right, I do like to see that. I mean, if Thatcher is available, it's pretty much a must-pick for nearly every situation. There's very few sites where Thatcher isn't useful in some form or another. And especially these big walls, when you're looking at the stage and also the attic walls, it's going to be very, very challenging if they electrify it. And they will be doing that. Kaid has been brought along, and we'll be making this attic push a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Monty this time with smokes, no secondary hard breach, albeit they have bought the thermite this time, but Oregon is a map where you really need to have consistently 2 to 3 hard breaching operators. Maverick, Habana, and Thermite / Ace are usually the 3 you will see paired with a team, and then having the Ana Finker or the Zofia Finker is usually at the moment what we'll see, given that is the meta currently. But, you know, having only the one hard breacher, yes, Thatcher is in play, but, I mean, it's just interesting the choices of operator that we're seeing here from UON, provided that the utility from all of them isn't necessarily being used in the best way possible or used at all, especially with Thermite now dying. There is no hard breach at all on the board for UON again. Back-to-back rounds. I mean, how has Cade managed to kill him there upstairs in the attic? I mean, Spud, this is interesting to say the least.
Give him credit for opening the wall at least. That's a partial mark. You know, if this were a university assignment, you'd get some points for that. But of course, you do actually need to be able to close out the round. And so far, they haven't really made much progress towards that. They've lost one player. They lost Thermite, though he has done part of his job. And they're all just kind of sitting here, just chilling. Eclipse, though, will take the momentum. He makes 1 and 2 even better now. Well, at least he's got something to find, but still need to get on the site and actually execute. And with Hezbollah still remaining upstairs and undroned, yeah, he could easily get on the flank and rip them a new one.
Aggressive, to say the least, but Arbs is in. He's found a kill, and this time not in the favour of the defence. And finally, UON, even after losing the Thermite, they're going to make that round happen.
Yeah, glad to see some momentum change being brought up here, because it felt like they were kind of stalled out. They weren't sure what to do, and I do like the fact that Eclipse kind of took matters into his own hands, went for the push. Could have ended very badly, though, if those retrades had come out properly from Monash. It could have spelled disaster for UON's attack there. So, little bit, 50-50 there. Worked out for UON, and, well, we go back to a 50-50 scoreline at this point. It's 2-all.
Yeah, equalising is always great at the end of the day. You like to see it. And teams even definitely makes it spicy when we get towards the latter part of the game, albeit I don't think either of these teams are going to want to reluctantly go to overtime, so hopefully one of them is going to kick it into gear here and sort of send it into the next few rounds. But we are going to see double hard breach, Spud. Hands in the air. They've figured it out. We've got Raving on the Maverick and send it on the Thermite, paired with the Thatcher from ZQ. So we've got a good lineup here from UON this time on the attack. But top 4 is going to be the bomb site for Monash. Obviously now they can return after winning it the first time and send us here for the 5th round.
Well, hopefully this goes a little bit better. Last I saw, well, UON managed to win that first attack, but of course a second defending round did go in favor of Monash. So right now it's 1-1 on this site. If we see another lose-win situation, then they'll be pretty much even on this top 4 site. But I hope by then Monash will have learnt their lesson and they won't just keep repeating sites that UON are winning. You really don't want to be giving that kind of advantage to the attackers. Well, speaking of repeating, UON going for pretty much the same attack here. Arbs and Raving, the Maverick, once again pushing through Attic. It's interesting that Monash hasn't kind of read into this. This is up for the 3rd time they've done this. Maybe put some roamers downstairs, or maybe at least something to slow them down. Meanwhile, Zach will just kind of waltz on in, gets a pick, and yeah, he's really not being challenged too much. In fact, that wall is going to get pretty much picked up straight away with Eclipse opening another head as well.
Eclipse. That nade looked like he'd held on to it for a considerable amount of time. I thought it was going to blow up. He's going to get a little bit of damage, albeit no frags. Ruda will go down, but Arbs is lost in the source as well during this round. And holding on to Attic, Zenny's going to do his best to fight the Maverick here. He'll get himself spotted out, but the shot's just not connecting here. For the Aruni and all, Eclipse in the background taking a lot of damage too. Maverick, rough gunfight there for the Aruni, however, it's going to be Mav to come out on top. And Hezbollah downstairs for some reason. No one from UON is going to be that close by except for the Roma who's been down here. The lurker for the whole round. It doesn't matter though, Hezbollah is good for 1 to pad the stats, so at least he's neutral in this round. Can he go positive? Finding at least a couple more here on the way back up right. We've got up the vault of the headshot box, but being on low HP, ZQ is good to close it out, and the attack. We're going to find another round on the board to regain the lead.
Yeah, so far, as much as I criticize UON for doing the same thing over and over again, I mean, if it works and it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that Attic push really has been very, very successful. I don't know whether it's because of a lack of utility, though I do see some ADSs being placed there, or maybe the Attic defender getting a little bit too antsy with that gunfight. I'm just not sure. That Attic hold just isn't working out for Monash, and it's strange to say the least, because usually that is a very powerful position, so much so that attackers usually just choose to ignore it completely. I would have liked to see maybe the hatch open a bit of C4 play from underneath. That certainly would have made UON's life more difficult, if only just to force them to clear out the meeting area. But I guess that's going to be the last we see, at least for this match, of Monash's defense on that side, because they will actually choose to go back to the basement. A little bit more successful here, I believe. So yes, they did win that quite easily last time. So yeah, looking at a 3-3 half now for Monash.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's probably going to be a 3-3 if they can pull off the defense side here for the final round. I mean, look, UON have definitely picked things up a little bit in the last couple of rounds, albeit it is still obviously a point of contention that Oregon is a defender-sided map traditionally. So given that, we could definitely see that be the case here, but at the same time, anything can really happen at this point. It is going to be early aggression into blue, and from Monash, there's actually no one deep in blue other than Lucy playing close here on the E-box door and wall and rotate, interestingly enough, and that's going to allow one of the defenders to push on into elbow and at least retake that position up. Interesting that we're not seeing any smoke used here from Willow to deny the Monty trying to walk in, but albeit, there we go, first one popped now, that's going to push Monty back outside, but Rowan, for some reason, peeking on round out of the safety of his position, is going to give his life away, and UON, they're going to find the opening pick.
Yeah, not much really gained there. I don't think he even really did any damage. That smoke doing more than Rowan. So, unfortunately, just a bit of a, I guess, again, got a little bit too antsy, and that's perhaps a theme that we've seen repeated from these defenders. Meanwhile, the attackers have made good progress. They've started on this meeting hatch. E-box will be opened up fairly shortly, and I don't think there's anyone yet. All 4 players remaining on site now. Means UON now has free reign over the top floors for their execute.
Minute left in play. All the players from Monash focused on the backside here. If anyone from UON was to come down the main stairs, this would just be an absolute wash for the defense, albeit hopefully they can figure that out and maybe rotate a body towards there, but it doesn't look like they're too interested in doing so at all. They've all set themselves up for this back pillar push. We do see 2 players up inside of meeting right now. That is going to be Send It and ZQ, but whether or not they actually go towards the main stairs is a different question. Rating. ADS with the Monty is going to do some good damage to Hezbollah, but nothing significant just yet. They're still yet to actually clear out blue, and with Ruda finding a kill on Send It, possibly upstairs, I'm not too sure where that was. Things are about to get interesting. Monty's made his way into blue. He isn't going to win that gunfight initially, but the shotgun in the hands, the smoke, it clips to find one as well. It's a 3-on-3 spud, 20 seconds left. They've pushed into the site finally. They still have to deal with this player inside of blue. One to go down. Arms to find that kill, but close. On the rotate, is going to be one more. ZQ needs to commit to the swing here, but he's not even going to check his left corners, and he's good for 1, and 12 seconds remain. For the attack to make something happen, he keeps to commit down the long haul. Arbs isn't going to win that gunfight, and Monash somehow win that round.
Yeah, it seems that early momentum from that first pick was kind of lost. They did have a Monty which lets them push a little more aggressively. They can use him as a live drone, but I don't think they really capitalized on that. They kind of sat there, waited for people to peak, and the rest of Monash, well, I think they'd learnt their lessons and they decided, well, we're just going to chill and wait for them to come to us. And that was indeed what happened there. A bit of, poor, I guess, checking from Zach as well. Didn't quite look at that player tucked away in that corner. And yeah, it was a free pick from there. And although those trades did come out, it wasn't enough. And means 3-3 now. Monash finally go on the attack, and UON start off on the base.
Yeah, UON now on the defense, provided they had a half-decent attacking half. I'd imagine that they might be able to close things out in Oregon here. albeit, Spud, it's going to be a bit of a battle, I'd imagine, for them, provided that things have been so back and forth. I mean, they do have a Bandit for World Denial, but no Smoke,
5 seconds to insertion.
and no other real denial being bought by the DQ. We've seen some really interesting lineups from these teams tonight. I mean, they don't even have a Cade on downstairs for the hatches. And Arbs hasn't made rotates into blue, so unless he's coming back to do that now, UON are actually getting pretty lengthy with these setups, which could allow Monash to capitalise if they sort of get that information quickly. Albeit they're going for a pretty vanilla take, it seems.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the setup upstairs would be, but perhaps they may be choosing to play someone upstairs on that attic hatch, and maybe that's a decision for not keeping that hatch electrified. Maybe someone will be falling back to it, but no, no one there. At least he reinforced attic hatch. I'm sorry, E-box hatch. I did see before that it wasn't reinforced. I would have been very, very concerned. So at least they're getting some of these basics right, but at this stage, you need to be doing more than get the basics right if you want to get into playoffs. I mean, as we mentioned, these two teams are kind of the ones in contention for getting through, just based on how these scores have been going. Ramwon finally finds one who does take out Sender from Lucy, but the utility has already been placed down, so definitely will still be able to have an effect on at least slowing down this push later on.
So a little bit slower than usual. Who shot Arbs just then? It wasn't from the hatch. Did ZQ just straight up shooting teammate? I'm not too sure, it doesn't matter, but either way, ZQ's found a kill with the bearing there on backstairs, rolling to go down. The Thatcher of all characters peeking, albeit a bit of an interesting setup here from Monash, and they're going to lose their kill to Eclipse as well. Takes down Hezbollah on the Yana. Very quickly things swing back in UON's favour with Arbs going down. That's not great, but they don't know that ZQ is here under the stairs. They're going to lose a second pick as well, peeking Pillar for some reason, but unfortunately now for the defense, they're down that one player. They still have no clue that ZQ is at Harry Potter right now. Eclipse is going to be the only player on site for 30 seconds. They're going to go for the drop. ZQ's going to hear this. They're going to lose the player in sight, so ZQ's going to have to play for the 1v3. The bomb going down. Sledge in Pillar. Will Thunderbird be able to find this? Yes, he will. Damage has been dealt. Needs to find the planner. Will indeed. A triple for him, but 20 seconds left. In play is enough for Willow to make something happen on the Havana, but locked in a corner. Somehow he wins that. What is going on, Spud? How does ZQ lose that?
Magic. There's no other word for it. It's just whoosh.
What magic show are we going to?
Whoosh, and there's your win. There's your round win. I don't know what's going on, man. Like, first we have someone hiding in Harry Potter. Down, he's the last person alive. 1v3 drops it to a 1v1. First of all, what happened to the drones? Like, surely someone would have thought of checking that, right? And then, old mate Willow just drops from the sky, picks up his lunch on the way out, and then domes Zach at the end and just walks on out. What is going on?
Bud, I wish I could break it down for you, but I don't think if I really wanted to, I don't think I could, because what just happened should not have happened. That was UON's round any day of the week, and well, I mean, it was. It doesn't mean it was in the end, but at the end of the day, Monash, they're going to take the lead, first round of attack. Ultimately, almost a big fumble from them. They claw it back, I guess. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't even know, Spud, at this point. What was worse? No drone information for the player sitting in Harry Potter of all places, or the fact that they almost let ZQ clutch a 1v3 from Harry Potter. I mean, Spud. Living in Spain without ES.
I'm sure UON feels that way as well. They got so close but couldn't quite close it out, and I wonder how that's gonna. Oh no! That's not going to be good for the mental. I was going to say, how are they going to be feeling? But Arms is not going to be feeling that.
Oh, that's rough. I don't think there's any other word to describe what just happened to Arms other than rough. I mean, that was almost borderline. Was the door even open? I don't think it was even open. I'm pretty sure it was closed, and he just shot straight through it off of a ping or something. But, I mean, yeah, look, unfortunate. Send actually cave tricking, effectively, which I have to rate. And now Nitro to come from Eclipse because Monash have taken no main lobby control whatsoever. Spud, it's a multitude of things right now that are just not going great.
Yeah, ZQ finding another certainly doesn't help as well. And where are you going, buddy? I'm not sure about that. He wanted to take some momentum back, but there's like 3 players there watching you, and you're all by yourself. Willow will get taken out as well. It's all up to Hez. Hez, once again, the last man alive, and he's, yeah, at least he's nearest site to say, oh!
Dude, what?
Double C4. Okay. He shoots one, gets the other player. Alright. Oh, he almost did that nade backwards, but he's just chilling there. Monash, UON just content to just kind of hang out. They know he's got no more grenades left, and they're just kind of just waiting, just biding their time, having a cup of tea.
Is there a player flanking? No, okay.
Yeah, Raving's just, yeah, they're just being chilling, as the cool kids like to say nowadays.
Yeah, look. I don't know what Hezbollah is really expecting here. I mean, UON are playing it passively, which, you know, arguably they kind of have to do in this situation, and Hezbollah is finally going to get aggressive. Knows as a play close left will take the bandit down as well, but the aggressive swing, ZQ's going to use pretty much all of his ammo before actually getting to the player. And unfortunately, the Yana using slightly too many bullets to get that first kill is going to go down on that spray, and again, it's just an equalization from UON. No one can find any type of lead in this game, Spud. It's just back and forth and back and forth. And we're loving every minute of it.
I think there's some crucial mistakes there made by the attack, especially, as you mentioned, not taking that main lobby control. No classroom control, of course, means you can get a C4 thrown up at you very easily, and that's exactly what we saw happening. I'm also a bit puzzled that that kite trick actually worked. Usually you throw in a second touch grenade just to be sure, and, you know, bada bing, bada boom, your wall's open. You want to keep that wall open, you have to open that wall. Just taking attic was not enough, and as we saw, it just turned into a giant choke point. There wasn't really much Monash could really do in that situation. So it all started falling apart when that thermite was killed, and then a couple of, you know, I would say ill-advised swings. Not really a great time or place to be going for that swing. And now it's equalized 4-4. Monash lose their 1 round advantage, and we are back to the basement.
5 seconds remaining.
Basement reattempt. Reattempt, should I say? You know, let's forget the first one, man. This is the first time we've seen basement, guys, from UON. ZQ is going to be on the Cade instead of the Thunderbird this time. We've got a Warden on the roam for some reason from Eclipse. Albeit, Send It could be there with him. I'm not too sure. It doesn't appear that he is at all. Zenny's going to be opening things up in the knockdown shower hall here. Just face checking everything. No drone work from him or his team directly in front of him. They are droning towards Z-Hall, but no one checks Z-Hall. So Eclipse is undroned at the moment. I believe Hezbollah's drone is coming the right... No, it's going to check Classroom first, so Eclipse still unknown. However, behind him there is a drone, and he has been spotted going into the security door. He's going to choose to stay in Z-Hall, though. Takes a bit of damage. The knock yet to push up from Shower. He's actually on drone. Okay. So the pinch not working out there at all for Monash, unfortunately. That player in Z-Hall is going to get away, and UON Eclipse is going to live to fight another day. Pushing down the freezers. I mean, it's a very aggressive position for a Warden, but about half the round has been spent to deal 20 damage to this player, and that is pretty much all Monash have to show for this round. Yeah, that's it, actually.
Oh no, he carried the hatch too. My guys, we talked about this.
Where's the backup Thatchers, bro? Rowan. Brother.
Hi guys. Well, I mean, just really well played from UON and a bit of fumble there from Monash. Like, they didn't really do... Yeah, they just haven't been able to achieve much, and of course it's all about burning out that time, and UON have wasted so much of it, and so much utility as well. It's only just now this hatch is finally getting opened up, and that's pretty much the only territory they've taken. Eclipse actually comes back round, finally gets that Nuff, who has gone for that push, but with a minute left now, and a player down, it's going to be very difficult for Monash.
It is only 40 seconds left. It's a 5v4 because Zenny's actually the one to fall. Yeah, look, the attack from Monash this round, unfortunately not doing too much. Send it to take down his Buller. Eclipse is just going to run straight into oncoming traffic. He will find one somehow, but Willow is going to win out in the trade after to take down Rowan. They will get one for their compensation, but Send it's there at least to find the trade back. So the defense going to retake the lead here, Spud, in this game, but at this point it's that back and forth. I wouldn't imagine they're going to hold on to it for long.
Yeah, finally a round up, but they need to get another round in order to get that match point pressure. And just based on the way these teams have been playing, I certainly expect Monash to be able to catch up. And given this is, of course, a tertiary site kitchen dining, of course, you know, I do expect a little bit weaker performance there from the defense. What is also weak, apparently, is Arb's computer and his siege. It has not worked out very well. It refuses to load, so I guess we're stuck in our waiting for Arbs to come back.
Yeah, I don't actually think we can pause, unfortunately, because...
oh, there he goes.
Oh, there we go. He's back.
He's back.
Something happened, but he's here. He lives to fight another day. The boy that returned, Arbs has made it. I'm good. All right, sweet. He's all good, ladies and gentlemen.
The party doesn't start.
I was going to say it's like the end of a long night. You good, bro? Yeah, I'm good. Like Arbs is ready to go. He's living.
It's waking from his slumber.
The way that Spud puts it, being chilling, if you will. But I mean, UON, they lead by one. It's not much, but it's honest work, and they can take it in the next two. That'd be amazing. But provided it's been back and forth, I don't think we're going to see that Spud. It's going to be a two-mapper, and it's probably going to be a 1-1, just because these teams are quite evenly matched.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good prediction here, and yeah, ultimately it will come down to that round count and how these teams perform against Swinburne that will determine who gets that final playoff spot. UON are missing a match so far. They have yet to play UTS Cold Main, though I do believe that based on the results, they will win that. So, yeah, it really does come down to this match, in especially next week once UON plays Swindlers, how they go in terms of round count. But so far, yeah, as you mentioned, evenly matched, could go either way.
Yeah, it's getting interesting, Spud. I know it's been so back and forth so far. It's really hard to make a prediction based on what we've seen from both of these teams, because it has been very interesting to say the least. Strategy-wise, at the end of the day, Hezbollah running the 1.0 on the LMG instead of the 2.0 or the 2.5, and it's actually Zenny to go down in the opening moments of this round. ZQ on a long angle, going for a spray, can't hit anything else, unfortunately, to find himself a kill, and he will take some damage. Does a lot of damage to two players though, but unfortunately goes down at the dying moments of those peaks, and it's not going to be confirmed. So, you know, damage for damage is good. They're going to find at least the trade and the res in terms of the damage dealt, albeit nothing really to show for that.
In terms of map control, though, certainly a lot of progress has been made, certainly more than before. They've gone at least that top 4 control can start opening these walls, but ZQ does find one, and that's again the Thatcher gone here. Fortunately, you don't have to worry so much about it here. You can just open from the top. But with ZQ holding on to showers, it's a very difficult position to push out if you don't have the right utility. You do need those frag grenades. And a Flores drone would have helped Flores here. That would make things a little bit more difficult. Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Buddy, what's your feet?
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. Eclipse to go down, ZQ will find one, and things looking good here for UON in the dying seconds of this round. And I mean, 40 is not, he's just gonna stand in the middle of shower. Okay, taken down by the Zofia there. It was low HP, so not really much is required to finish him off. They do have shower control and walk into the site. Smoke to take that gunfight, maybe. Oh, unfortunately there for Ruda, it's now left up to Hezbollah. He does have the LMG, but without that 2.0 scope, it's going to be hard of seeing here. Only a couple of seconds left, 15 to play with. Has to take on the M590 at close range. He's not going to win that fight at all. UON are going to finally put us on match point.
Smoke playing from very, well, I would say bold position. That wall is open, the roof is open, and he's still chilling under there. And he finds 3 picks to top it off. I'm not sure if that's on him or the fact that Monash just didn't seem too interested in getting rid of him or displacing him very much. Certainly some poor drone work again, and I think that's kind of been a theme we've seen repeated throughout some of these attacks. The drone work hasn't always been there to follow for the players to follow up. It seems to just be a little bit too content on just going for the swing sometimes. And although, yeah, sometimes it works, other times you end up with situations like that where you just get shot in the feet from a player that certainly should not have been there had you actually gone for the drone.
Yeah, look, match point. It could be over here soon for UON. They do have to win before they can happen. At the end of the day, Spud should be shut out like clockwork here, provided they can just make it happen. They do have some decent utility this round. Smoke and the Mute with the Wamai on ARBs, as well as the Malusti and the Cade. At the end of the day, though, Monash, they need to find 2 to take us to OT. UON can lose 1 going into this, provided that, you know, they win the next one for the game. But OT is possibly on the table, provided that, you know, at this point, I would be expecting something like that to happen.
Yeah, well, UON just need to make sure they don't drop the ball, but certainly they've seemed to be doing a pretty good job of keeping it in their hands when it comes to defense. I mean, some good K tricking, some use of utility and C4s, whereas it is a little lackluster on Mankey's side when it comes to the attack. Granted, there's still a chance. 6-4 is still certainly winnable. It's no 5-1 or 6-1 situation that we've seen some teams in. So I wouldn't write them off just yet. And given their lineup, they certainly have a lot of utility they can use to make this work. It's just a matter of whether, again, UON gets a little too antsy again and start swinging things when they shouldn't be, or if they'll play nicely, kind of wait it out and wait for Monash to run out of time, as we've seen them often do.
Yeah, Monash's time management has been not great this game, unfortunately, from them. But at the end of the day, it's interesting choices across the board. I mean, the 1.0 on the Zofia LMG, you know, no Thatcher, even with him present. You know, really kick things off though. Takes down ZQ, one of the bigger fraggers for UON, so that's a good kill to find, especially with that being a mute as well. Albeit, I believe, was that actually... No, okay, I thought that was a mute trick. It was his teammate from behind the wall there, the third line. Gonna go try and open this one up. Cade with the Cade trick though. It's gonna happen here for UON. Oh! They've got to be so much more careful with this. I mean, there's no Thatcher, they're not double Thatchering, there's no... I don't get how they're getting away with this, but it's on a constant. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Like
this should not be happening. I mean, it looks like that they may lose this round anyway based on the health disadvantages, especially with now losing 2 picks. Albeit though, I don't think they actually know that Hezbollah is deep in attic, so this might turn into a bit of an issue. Yeah, you can find one, so not great. And the swing covered, yeah, but it's not looking good here.
Is holding onto this position for dear life. His position has been given away. He knows there's a lot of players to work with. Flash goes out as well, doesn't actually catch him, and that's a diffuser. Finds one, but can't make it a second. It's a 1v2 now. Both players on low health. Send it. Will he be able to send it and end it here? Diffuser in sight now. He needs to listen out here. Both players kind of just chilling, but there's 13 seconds now. If he just plays safe, he may actually get away with this. Holding onto this angle, finds one. Will he get the second? Diffuser is not picked up. Where's this player? No, not like this. Hezbollah just sneaks on by and manages to catch this last player out in what surely should have been a victory.
How is that even a headshot? He shot him in the chest, like, at best, and it was headshot. Okay. So Fear LMG with a 1.0. An interesting choice, but it's working somehow at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, sure. Unfortunately for Send It, couldn't make that round work for his team. And, I mean, they're still on match points, Bud, but provided, they lose one more, it's going to be OT. They are going to be able to go laundry here. So downstairs a bit easier. But I don't know at this point. It is really hard to sort of make a judgment.
Yeah, I mean, some of these situations, UON should not have been dropping the ball there. I mean, they had the man advantage, they had the health advantage there. It's just they lost Attic control, and that was kind of a crucial thing. Usually, again, as we've mentioned numerous times, Attic very, very difficult to take. So I'm surprised that Hez actually got all the way through without being challenged. And he was just kind of lying there with his LMG out, and he's like, well, where is everyone? And again, a bit of lack of communication, maybe some intel failures there. Could definitely have turned against Monash very, very easily, because if they had just realized that the last push was coming in from Attic, you just hold a crossfire across that main hallway and through that rotate into kid's bedroom, and there's just really not much the attackers can do at that point.
Yeah, look, given on what we've seen so far, things are definitely shaping up to be interesting. This is probably one of the best attacking lineups we've seen all games, if I'm going to be completely honest, minus the Zofia with the 1.0. That's the one thing I think I've got a little bit of a unfortunate sort of bias towards, provided that the 2.0s and the 2.5s are just so strong in this game. Why give yourself that disadvantage? But Arbs is going to be able to heal back up completely pretty much after that altercation. Doesn't really matter. And there goes Oso just walking in. Again, no drone work from Monash. It's the basic of things that they're just not doing. I mean, Zofia and Zenny are both there behind the Oster, let alone the Oster not checking the corner. That's bad enough, but nobody checks. And no one's there for the refrag even. Also, the security hatch isn't reinforced. But this is really just a mixed bag at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like we've had this litany of things that we've noticed. So it's like, what's going on here? But I think both of these teams have kind of gotten away with it. And if that guy trick works again, I just don't know what to say.
Did it work?
No,
it didn't.
Okay, cool. If he had gotten away with it again, then I don't know what the Thatcher is doing at that point.
Oh, okay. He's got his Zofia gadget out, and he impacts him. He actually wins the fight. How is Hezbollah allowed to do this? Like, come on, UON. Like, at this point, is it throwing or like what? How does that happen? Arms goes down as well. Willow's deep in freezer. No crosses being hit. Send it. Definitely. Okay. We're going to OT. I'm just going to stop. What's going on? I can't comprehend what is happening right now, Spud. This is next level, is what we'll say.
I mean, you can get away with doing stuff like this in group stage against teams who, aren't necessarily as good when it comes to the gunfights. But once you get into playoffs, there's no way things like that go unpunished. And especially on Oregon and Clubhouse, of all the maps, two most basic maps that every team has to know how to play. You can't be missing basic things like this, because you end up with preeminently winnable situations turning against you because of simple things like, a player hiding out in Harry Potter, for example.
He had his grenade launcher out. Like, it doesn't get much easier, Spud.
The fact that he won the fight. Now, I don't know, Hez. Maybe he's just different. He's on a different level to us. He's a higher plane of thinking, right? We're like, we're just like the basic,
If
you haven't done out, he's like, no.
If
Watch
he's
this.
double impacted for that kill, I would have cried, genuinely, on stream. The fact that he's got 14 kills and no one can put a stop to him, it is the 1.0 Zofia mentality for me, ladies and gentlemen. It is just its own meta. Hezbollah's doing his own thing, and it's just no one can stop him. Grenade launcher in hand, doesn't matter. I'm going to win that fight any day of the week with the 1.0. Like, players get too close to him to allow the 1.0 to be dangerous. It's like, guys, it's something I'm in pain saying, because UON should have closed that out. It should have been thanks very much, on to the next game. But here we are, continuing with Oregon. UON have got defense first, so provided they can win this and at least take it, in the 2 rounds, provided, that are required to take the first mark here. That'd be great for them, albeit Hezbollah can get in. Things are going to be dangerous. Are we going to see the cage trick? Come on, let's do it. Come on. No, he's nowhere near anymore. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I don't think he got it. I don't even think he threw one. No, he didn't. Okay, unfortunate. That would have worked as well. That's the bad bit. Albeit, opening kill. It's going to be Monash, Rowan to take down ZQ, and, UON, not a great start to the round, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, having said that though, we have seen UON come back from losing that first pick, so I don't think it's the end of the world. I mean, they've still got Eclipse on the board here. Hezbollah doing very well. Eclipse also 14-9 at this point, and he's been just... Well, okay, he's just going to eat the grenade and die, alright? Okay, I cursed it, I jinxed it, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, that's it.
A bomb has been located.
This looks like it could be glorious for Monash. Especially with Raven going down, send it. He's going to have to find something to win that streak. He will get one, but with all the players from Monash running in his current position, he could have found more, but he's not going to get any, unfortunately. And they're going to take the lead. It's match point here for Monash. They're going to get defense as well, so I wouldn't be surprised. I know I said this when UON had match point, but I wouldn't be surprised if they close it here. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to stop talking at this point. I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to let it happen, because when I say something looks good, it just doesn't. It proceeds to not happen. And, I could say Hezbollah is going to drop 50 kills. Obviously, this isn't going to happen. It's physically impossible, but... Like, if he was on 49, he just wouldn't get 50, just because I said it. It's downstairs as well, so fingers and toes crossed that they can make it happen. DQ cannot hide in Harry Potter, so the round is pretty much safe, provided that no one in Harry Potter can make a play, okay? Monash, come on.
Yeah, it's been a real back and forth battle here. Both of these teams have been punishing each other for their mistakes, and it finally comes down to an overtime match point. Now, of course, UON could still take this, and given that this is their map pick, they certainly want that. But, a 3-3 half on defense for Monash. In fact, it was a 3-3 half for both teams. So, yeah, really could be anyone's game at this point. But
can we get a Hezbollah cam real quick? I want to see if he has the 1.5 of the MX4. He doesn't! Oh, what is this? The MX4's not with the 1.0. I mean, before it had the 1.5, it was still great with the holo, but why use the 1.0 when the 1.5's available? Hezbollah.
He doesn't need it, He doesn't need it.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. He's got 15 kills and he's not even using the current in-meta scope. Like, I rate it. I really do. Especially when you've got people like Arms using the thinker with less kills and using the 1.5, and it's 1.0 supremacy at its finest. Also, that smoke, I think, got caught on the shield, unfortunately, there, and that's going to allow Monty to get in deep here. Raving really just taking through the air. Willow's going to be forced to use a second, but it's not going to do anything at all here. UON with some good control. Monty showing his back to the smoke. Will turn it around just in time before he gets lasered.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
UON, it's slow here. Half the round spun. This is all that they've achieved.
Yeah, they have the monster, which should allow them to play a little bit more aggressively, but it seems they've kind of fallen off of that. Finally, though, they will find that first pick. Eclipse takes down Rowan. So, Rowan? I think we've been saying his name wrong the entire time. Rowan, so... unlucky Monty. Turns the corner to find the smoke has dipped away. He's out. Out of that Sia. ZK also taken out as well, and yeah. Once again, even ground, and it's a minute left for the attack.
Yeah, it's a lot of time to play with. It is a shield, interestingly enough, with no ADSs on it. But yeah, I mean, UON, they don't have any hard breach other than Hibana, so getting open elbow at the moment is going to be a difficult task for them. In fact, Hibana's not even there. They don't want elbow. They're just going to go straight to the plant. Monty not even safe planning. Opts to go down there. Willow, he's actually going to jump off the plant, which is going to allow the aggression through. Smoke is there. At this point, send it. Yeah, I think a GG is in order, Spud, provided that only 30 seconds remain in the round. Send it on the Ana. Going to go for a drone, interestingly enough. However, gets off, chooses for the peak. We'll find one. Is this the question now, though? Are Monash going to throw bodies in the way and send it to max OT? It's 9 seconds. Anything can happen. Two players within close proximity. He's just not pushing. He doesn't want to push at all. Goes for the vault instead. The player prone right next to him doesn't shoot. And Monash, they're going to win it at the end. They won. But yeah.
Certainly took their sweet time, but they got there. They got there in the end. I mean, results speak for themselves.
The man himself has loved that.
What was he at the end? 15, something like that?
I think he was 15. I don't think he got any in that last round. But I mean, I rate that. I really do. As much as it sounds like I'm joking around about it, like 1.0s on guns that traditionally are like 2.0, 1.5, like even Zof LMG 1.5 is like insane. There's no recoil. Same with the MX4. And instead of that, he's like, you know what? 1.0 for the boys. And not even like a holo. He's got the SPSMG holo that was only on one gun for the longest time that no one ever used. And he's like, you know what? That's the holo I want. And I rate that.
And he made it work. He made it work. He took everyone out, and there were just moments where he just moseyed on site and just killed everyone. And at that point, you got to ask, well, UON, what are you guys doing? How do you let him get away with this? But maybe that's not the question we should be asking. We should be asking, how do we get to Hezbollah's level? He just works with whatever he has. Well, I do want to give a quick shout out before we go to our break for Predator Gaming. Predator conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming today. Predator are the gaming PC partner of the AEL. Conquer new worlds with Predator Gaming. Predator puts power and precision in your hands. Elevate your gaming experience in every way with quality and performance thanks to Predator. So of course, now we do go to a quick break while these teams kind of put their heads together, figure out what they're going to do for this next map. And so we will see you shortly right after this.
Hi, I'm Hunzi and I'm a cosplayer and streamer, and today we're checking out the Nitro 5 by ASA. This is honestly one of the smoothest gameplay experiences that I've had, especially on a laptop. The graphics are amazing, it's not laggy, it's very lightweight. The keyboard feels really nice to play with, and I love the RGB lights. Look how pretty they are. We love a rainbow. Yes! 4-star! 4-star character! If you're looking for a gaming laptop on the go, be sure to check out ASUS range.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from the short break. We're here for game number 2, Clubhouse Spud. We are off to in a short moment. Given that the first map was an 8-6 in OT, you know, for some reason it came down to that. We're going to go to Clubhouse now. Do you think we're going to see somewhat of a shorter scoreline, or do you think we're going to see OT again?
I'll be honest, I do think we will see a shorter scoreline, given that the previous map, of course, was UON's pick, and that, of course, went in favor of Mankeys. So given the next map, Clubhouse, is Mankeys' pick, I assume they will be a little bit more comfortable, especially on the attack as well. So I think things will play out a little bit quicker. Having said that, by quicker, I mean probably go to a 7-5. I don't think we'll go all the way to max OT, but a 7-5 definitely in the cards at least.
Yeah, look, hopefully it's a bit quicker this time. I mean, it should have been ended so much faster at the end of that last one, but we are still waiting for confirmation from the players, and then we will be going on in. I have just been told that the teams are ready, so we are going to get straight into things. Spud onto Clubhouse, starting things off as always with the bans. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. What are you expecting from the bans on this map, Spud?
Okay, I'm gonna guess based on the fact that they didn't really do anything too creative in terms of ban-wise, we're gonna see much the same thing. Thatcher, maybe they will ban the Kaid. I think they've learned their lesson this time about not banning Kaid. But hey, certainly if they take the Thatcher off the board, the Kaid has got to go, because they were just not able to deal with it last time.
Yeah, they weren't. I mean, the Kaid tricking last game was insane, and I don't know how they managed to pull it off, but hats off to them. I mean, they did insane getting that off. What was it, 3 successful Kaid tricks?
Something like that. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened. But at the same time, it does show some real skill. It's hard to Kaid trick, Maverick to go, and Thatcher. So if Kaid, there you go, is not banned out here, things were going to get kind of scary. But Monash, they're going to make sure that he is removed. So that only leaves Mute and Bandit left for the wall denial. Obviously, a Rooney kind of counts, but at the same time, not really. But at the end of the day, final ban, I'd imagine we'll probably see the Mirror/Valkyrie. If I had to pick, I'd probably say the Valkyrie, given that Mirror isn't as strong as this map as Valkyrie is. And I'm wrong. Mirror's going to go. Valkyrie's in play, which is actually kind of scary. So, yeah.
My question now is how these teams are going to manage to open the walls, given that they've taken both Thatcher and Maverick off the board. I suppose you can still go underneath, throw a grenade, play the buck, something like that. So still options. Maybe they will bring the Kali. We don't see her too often in competitive play, but hey, here's an opportunity. Not so much going to be useful on the church basement's arsenal site, though. Not too many long angles you can be holding as compared to, say, sitting out on ruins, opening up that wall. So we'll see how it goes and how they switch over once they get that info.
Yeah, with the attacker repick available, you know, I'd imagine we'll see that used a lot more. Kylie is actually an interesting pick, not afraid that we see too much of, provided that, you know, her kit isn't the greatest guns-wise, albeit her ability also somewhat lackluster at the end of the day. Albeit interesting that Hezbollah's not bringing out the Zofia. He's going to switch off onto the Habana of all choices. You know, having your traditional frag player at least jumping on a Habana is an interesting choice, but you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to how he plays things out for himself. You know, he's a half decent player. We saw that from him in the last game. But Willow's actually going to bring the Zofia with the 1.5. So there's that. There's that at least. But...
So far, though, it looks very much like a total style defense. There's not going to be any upstairs presence. And in fact, nothing to actually deny this hatch, given that, of course, there's no Kaid. I was once again a little bit concerned out of just force of habit. Okay, will the Kaid trick come in and are they going to lose some Habana pellets for no reason again? But hey, at least you don't have to worry about that. They also won't have to worry about Zach hiding in some weird random Harry Potter spaces again. He's dead right now, but so is Rita Snooki. Arbs gets that trade out at least, and yeah, a minute gone, one player down from each team, and still not sure what happened to the hatches. I thought they would. Oh yeah, Hezbollah is on his way. Certainly, they've got pretty much free reign over these two floors, so they'll be able to open up all the hatches free, and that will exert a lot of pressure onto the defense.
I believe Nitro was just used there by Clips. However, to zero effect, it seems. Hezbollah with the 1.0 on a Varna's gun. This man loves that SPSMG site. It's yeah, okay. But yeah, it's UON to lose one, albeit the trade probably favouring the defense a bit more, taking down the Yana. You know, provided the information she provides as well as Dragon Edge is a lot more impactful than what Zach's bringing kit-wise on the Jaeger. So at the end of the day, good trade for them. But I mean, a minute left in play for the attack, and with UON starting on the defense. I mean, the way that this has panned out so far, Spud, things are looking great for them to at least take this one pretty quickly if they can make their defense work like they have so far. Albeit we're obviously going to have to see how the end of this round comes to a halt, because there's only 40 seconds left, and we're going to have to see Monash make a play here.
Yeah, they're choosing to just base peek this blue area. Is not going to work out there. Wait, what? Hold on, what? Okay, Clark looking the other way, and so was I. And yeah, Willow Woods will actually survive that. Two players taken out. Arbs finds a second for himself, but one player remaining. He's all that stands between the attackers and the site. Won't be quite able to rotate over in time and rotate here as usual, but he will at least get the diffuser and two players. Alright. Alright, Arbs. Alright, you do you. Was that an ace?
No, it was a 4K. But my question is, you've got a player alive, live droning blue. You know he's not coming blue. He's killed one player deep armory. You've got the call, he's deep armory, the live drone in blue. He is still in armory. He's not the main hall because you've got a player in church holding the cross on the rotate from the main hall. He's not in the main hall. Therefore, he is in armory. Proceeds to get a double onto the players in the rotate, going for the res from back armory.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
The call was given that he was back armory. Hezbollah proceeds to run right without holding left, dies, or could have just planted the bomb black box and played for the church fire, but didn't. I mean, yeah, bit of a questionable end round there from Monash. But UON, this is It's his defense on Clubhouse, so, you know, it is very favourable
10
for him.
seconds left
And
before
favourable
insertion.
indeed it was with Arbs finding 4. He's here
5
for map
seconds
number
to
2.
insertion.
Got half the kills he had in map number 1 already
Attackers
after
must
1
locate
round, so
and
that
defuse
is
the
a
bomb.
good start for him. And yeah, look, Monash, a couple of misplays there. Should not have lost that at all, but unfortunately that was the case, and now they're going to trail.
Yeah, certainly hope they're able to bounce back from that. I mean, it is the first round, so there's still plenty of time to work with this, but not a great start, and especially coming off from what was a very, very close defense, now suddenly kind of falling apart at the end. Bandit charge goes down, and Zach can't... Oh, that's unfortunate. He just can't quite get the charge down. It was in the middle too, so he could have picked either wall and would have got it. But
Attackers have located
yeah,
the bomb.
again, bit of a misplay there. This time on the side of UON. Zach though, he's going to be holding his position. He's that's a certain death. There's no way to survive that.
No, unfortunately not at all. But at the end of the day, I mean, they had a really bad first attacking round, unfortunately, and they're looking to rectify that issue. Zach to fall, Arbs now to go down as well, so no wanted forwards from him, some missed shots from Send It. It's definitely going to cost them, but Zenny's going to start, well, was going to start planting the bomb. He gets off, goes back on it. Now the Nitro from below to deny. This is why the Valkyrie is so important with IQ on the board. Why is Ruda not checking for these cameras inside of the bomb site? He's been allowed to use that utility. It could take a lot of damage. Instead, opted to try and run outside to fight
Attackers
below.
have recovered their diffuser.
But the SPSMG from the operator that actually has it's going to come out on top. And now the bomb to go down for the 3rd time this round. Habana to finish things off. Hezbollah with the 1.0 on the Habana cleans things up. And yeah, look, Monash, they find their first round. Arguably should have been their second, but here they are.
Yeah. Again, I was a little bit worried for them. They were in a very, very similar position. It looked like they might drop the ball once again. But fortunately, the player count this time, they had enough players. They took out the 2 big players. They took out Arbs early on. And Zach, of course, no more hiding in a corner. So that left the Clips, who, again,
Defenders,
some
protect
mistakes
your
were
bombs
made.
from being defused
Probably
by
could have
attackers.
gone for a rotate up to 9 plant. But at the end of the day, it is a 1-1 scoreline, which means, of course, both these teams once again start on an even footing. Hopefully, the kind of the nervy starting out things will have been worked out. I've gotten over it, and these teams will be able to play to their fullest, because certainly not being able to put down your bandit charge is a bit of a feels bad moment.
Yeah, not great. Unfortunately, you know, being able to bandit trick is one thing, but actually being successful is another, provided that it is pretty difficult to make it happen.
Attackers must locate and
But
defuse
yeah,
the bomb.
having it available to pair with maybe the mute from Arbs on the main wall, having both up, that would be maybe a little bit more beneficial. With no Jaeger available, well, no Jaeger being bought, rather, should I rephrase that too here for UON. Relying completely on Send It for all the anti-grenade utility is pretty ballsy. They do have the Kali in play, but Kali is not the most efficient at clearing the wall here and not having any magnets as well. Should they bring grenades and go to suicide, you know, they would be able to deal with Zach pretty easily here. He's going to get the bandit charge off because even did he shoot his own bandit wire? I think he did, but either way, he's going to get both down. Kali now is going to destroy one of those, so he only has the one left after shooting his own bandit charge. And he's got to try and juggle it here, and then he's got to get it perfect pretty much first try. Hezbollah from below doing his best to deny, but he's actually going to get that back on the wall just in the nick of time. IQ to find one off screen. Thermite's going to open up the wall. He has moved it. That's due to the pressure downstairs. We could have seen the defenders capitalize on this. They're doing their best, but it's too late already. Willow to find one. Arbs to go down again. Zach can Send It both on low HP. 5 attackers left. I mean, in a 5v2 Spud, UON not looking good at all here.
one pick from Raving, a little bit of consolation prize, but he will get flashed out. Zach finds one as well, and where is he looking? Where is this nomad? No. And he. Oh, okay. Thankfully, Hezbollah is here to save the day. As always, he has to do everything himself. Has to kill everyone. Has to carry the diffuser.
He's got smokes.
He's just so busy, but then he actually gets away with the diffuser, even with the smoke in play. So that means it's a post-fight situation now. 40 seconds remaining for Raving to find these two players. If they're smart, they will go outside and actually drop off that breach and just kind of hang on to it and wait for that push. But no, one going to hang out in rafters. One actually does get to that play, but Smokes won't be able to deny them. Zenny left outside will find that last pick under Raving, and that's another attacking round for Monash.
Spud, I don't even know what to say. How did Monash win that? They've got a guy in garage just watching the world go by from the window. He's like, oh, hang on, let me just put my magazine in, get the reload off, and then we'll talk about it. And still didn't die on the initial swing. Didn't get the kill, mind you. But, I mean, Raving also as well, 3 smoke canisters, didn't use a single one when he heard the plant going down, and didn't throw them far enough to the right to actually deny the plant. And then smoke cut out door and sort of just sat in cash for the rounds. But albeit UON are just sort of cementing why they're off to a great start. Eclipse and Zach, they're going to stare things out here. And after Eclipse takes a considerable amount of damage from the impact. How have they used 3? ZQ missed 1. Zach missed 1. Eclipse, he must have... Did he make the one into blue? No, that's a shotgun rotate. So...
10 seconds left.
No, that's an impact.
Oh wait, no, that's an impact. It's an impact and a shotgun. So he's used...
5 seconds remaining.
What? They've got a shotgun. Why have we impacted all the rotates for them to just be opened wider with the shotgun, and in the process of doing this, cause upwards of 90 team damage? And okay.
Oh, that's just unlucky.
As well. Look at this point, UON. I mean, yeah, look, they're doing it to themselves. The one impact that they have left on Leash goes to his Raving as well.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Has Hezbollah got the 1.0 on Buck 2? Did I see it for a second? Can we get a fact check on that, please? Come on. Surely he's got the...
He does. He's committed. What a legend. He sticks it.
1.0 champ. He really does not use anything else. I respect that. That's insane. Not many. You do not see many people 1.0 only in this game. Given that 2.0s, 2.5s, 1.5s are just that insane. For the fact that he has stuck a 1.0 scope on every single gun, and not only a 1.0 scope, the SPSMG hollow sight on every single gun, that is commendable at best. Oh, wow.
Okay, and he's making it work. He's 3-1.
He missed as well.
You know, MVP last map, and now look at this. UON are just in a really, really poor position. They've got pretty much 3 players alive at this point. They've got, you know, they've still got a sight, but oh, that's a good C4. At least even things out a little bit. But yeah, really feeling the pressure here. Was that church wall not reinforced? Did I just?
But I don't think we should read too much into it anymore.
Okay,
yeah, it is. Okay, awesome. That's great. Albeit they only have a Habana with 14 pellets left. They do have the kitchen hatch open due to the fact that the impact trick just didn't happen. Had they had 6 impacts like they initially attempted to bring, might have been different, but unfortunately only 1 was thrown in the attempt to deny, and Sending's going to miss that. He's going to get the Moto hatch open here as well. Arts actually chooses to stay and fight, but in doing so, gets tarnished by the IQ, looking good for a second, but can't actually find the head. The first player will take down the second Eclipse for the trade, albeit on all of 2 HP, somehow making things work. Raving back on the smoke. It's 30 seconds the execute here. It's going to have to be a hatch drop. They don't know that Eclipse is in the back of the site. They do spot him now on the drone. It's going to have to be the drop clear, but with Rowan walking into the back of the site, Fish to take the fight, will find the first kill, and now Raving on the smoke. He's got 3 canisters left. Didn't use them in the last round. Will find the kill. It's going to force Willow off the plant. Has to reload the SMG here. 9 seconds left. Willow has a flashbang to play with. Going to go for the rotate into the main hall. Needs to get aggressive on 8Ks, but instead of going for the kill, he's going to go for the plant. And Raving's going to run back to the armory because he doesn't know where the bomb's going down. The plant's going to happen. He's going to spot the player and almost lose the gunfight as well. But defense.
Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser.
He wins that
Defenders win.
somehow. Spud,
Well,
what's happening?
I don't know. Like UON, you got to give it to them, right?
Oh.
Their utility usage is not the best, right? But they're certainly winning the gunfights when it counts. And there's a bit of, you know, some muddle from the Monash team as well, not looking the right way. But yeah, they're winning the gunfights when they need them, when they need to, and that's kind of the important thing. That's carrying them through. I don't know how well it will work out once they get onto attack. When you kind of have to be more bold with initiative, you kind of have to decide what to do and use the utility to clear things out, because there is a lot of utility to work through on a clubhouse defense. And yeah, I worry for their utility usage, right? I worry that they use impact grenades on each other instead of the, you know, impact tricking.
It worked,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
Raving going into the end of that round with 3 smokes in pocket as well. I mean, utility usage from UON is
10 seconds left.
not great this map, unfortunately.
5
Albeit,
seconds to go.
it's somehow. I
Yeah.
mean, what the question is right, as well is what was that Twitch looking at? Killed the player back armory and then was staring at the dirt door, which was closed at the time. What was he worried about? It was smoke just sort of, you know, hiding in there. But at the end of the day, Spud, Monash, they're still looking good on this attack. They need to make a 3-3 to have a chance. The player that is running the SPSMG has got the normal holo, but not the SPSMG holo. This then now speaks levels as to why the SPSMG holo is an interesting choice. He also has the CRX in Black Eyes, which I haven't seen yet, so that's actually either way, quick wall open for Monash, gonna force Eclipse back. UON on the defense. Gotta do something.
Yeah, 2 players down in the CC area, 1 on red stairs, 1 in cache itself. So they're gonna. Oh no, he's actually. Yeah, he's in cache. So they're gonna try and challenge this and delay this push as much as possible. Though so far, Monash seem content just kind of leaving it alone. I don't even see any drones going in. It seems they have all focused their efforts on this gym side, and that could come back to bite them. They do have these 2 players kind of watching this, of course, and should Arbs choose to, unfortunately, keep his head out, he will surely be removed. But, yeah, a late round execute could fall apart, because Arbs could do something like turn around right now and get those 2 players. Yeah, right now.
Yeah. Didn't get 2, but, you know, 1's good.
2 would be better.
Yeah, 2 would have been awesome. 3 is actually kind of good. Is he gonna just jump in? He is. Brave. Arbs wasn't paying attention. I don't actually think he even heard that, but yeah, sure. That works. He's gonna walk in the cache here with no drone in. He is. He's actually gonna do a lot of damage. Arbs, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, what?
Arbs is the last player alive. Monash.
Activating diffuser.
Well,
okay. I don't know. What is going on?
look, I was going to criticize Monash for ignoring this cache player, but apparently that was not necessary.
That's
They
the
just
guy we
decided,
needed to ignore.
yeah, just chill, just hang out there. We'll go do our thing. We'll go plant the bomb. You can hang out there, and yeah, we'll see you later. We'll come back for you. And they did. They got him at the end, but yeah, all right. I guess it works, Monash.
Spud, I I'm genuinely confused. It's been,
Attackers
it's been
need
a
to
stemming
locate and
feeling.
defuse as many bombs as
It's
they
grown
can.
on me in 2 maps, but I don't even know how to break this thing. Like it is just so that's completely in ways that it just should. I mean, the fact that Raven was allowed to clutch that downstairs round, mind blowing. I don't even know how that happened. I mean, they're gonna go upstairs again. They want to give it another go. Cash being brought to there. Monash had the same setup. I mean, jumping in suicide without being punished. Arbs just, I don't even think Arbs heard it. I don't even think he knew that IQ was in security that round at all until his teammate was like, I'm dead. Because a guy just fried me from security rank. That was an insane shot, by the way, from Ruda. And it just happened.
Bomb has been located.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Also, Zenny with the two-step confirmation activation skin on the thermite. Love to see it. Not one you see often. Is this the mute trick? No. Stop. It actually is. That's insane. Stop. They've K tricked. They've bandit tricked, and we have now seen active mute tricking. They're walking away. What's going on, Spud? What is happening?
They're scared.
I can't even
They're
make
shook.
this up, ladies and gentlemen. That is a successful mute trick from Eclipse. And he's gonna get the kill too! What? Monash! You've got 2 more CRXs, use them! You're gonna get another one! Stop! What is going on? Hezbollah, if you have the 2.0, you do a attack. I'm telling you, he's finally taken down by somebody, thankfully. Finished off, but this the damage is done, the nuke has been done. It's all going wrong for Monash. What's happening?
I can't believe that
What
worked.
is he done? Has he
And if they win this round, then I really don't know what to say. Like,
Oh.
they could actually win this. It's a 2v3 now. It was a 5v3, and they've just given 3 picks away for free.
Surely they're not gonna. I thought he wanted to jump in as well. I was like, stop, don't do that. All right, Monash, calm and composed. Surely Rowan is gonna get a drone gun this bandit. Surely they're gonna spot Zach out before Rowan just gets absolutely fed here. Flashbang can come out. He's gonna spot him. No, there we go. Full blind. Gonna win that fight. Doesn't matter. They have the information, so Willa knows he needs to take this fight close left. Have the player on top main. Zenny does a lot of damage. Not going to find the kills yet. Goes to third for the Irradiate for the Nitro. Can he catch that with open arms? Willow's been allowed to jump in. He's going to miss those shots though and send it. Everyone's got black ice on the new guns. The CRX, we've seen Monty Shield, we've seen the P10 Roni. Every Bravo pack I've opened has been green, Spud. Where is this luck? Where is this luck? How did people get away with this? I'm so jealous right now seeing all these skins. We've seen Cades as well. We've seen the Cade one. I'm so jealous at this given point in time.
See, this is why they're winning, right? This is why they're making these things work, because they have the black ice on the new guns, right? And because they're running the SP SMG 1x. I think we ought to take a page out of their book and do this from now on. Certainly, I think it will improve our win rate.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It's a 3-3 split again. Like, it's so awful. There is no red to win it in this matchup. I mean, what was it at the start? These teams are 8th and 9th seed in their
Yeah,
group,
that's right.
and you know, given that they're so close together seeding wise, I actually can see why we've seen such a 50-50 back and forth. These teams are not that far apart
5
in
seconds
terms
to go.
of performance, like how they've been tonight. I mean, first game was OT. This game, at this point, is looking like it's going to end up in OT. Provided that Monash can do something on their defense here, pretty insane. Also, Impact rotate in the middle of the site is an interesting choice, but we'll see how it goes.
I think here this is where we see Monash kind of pick up the momentum and win because, of course, as we know, very difficult to attack on Clubhouse, and given that this is their map, they're on the fence, they've got 3 rounds already in the pocket. Yeah, good
Hezbollah taken down. Had he had the 1.5 on the mic, I'm telling you. Did he have it? I don't even know at this point.
He didn't. He did not.
He didn't? No, he didn't. There you go. Point in case. Albeit a lot of damage dealt to Eclipse, she's going to be able to get those nano surges off. It's good to see that they're being used this time as opposed to not being used at all. They've got garage control as well, Monash. They've been a forfeit at the early stages of this round, having lost Hezbollah, and now with an A's from below, this could be huge for Sendit. There's no Z ping, but he's just throwing them at the roof in the right spot, interestingly enough, without any information. Takeover's going to get him, but Zach not going to spot Zenny there? Question mark on the top of red as he walks up. Albeit Sendit's going to have his turn, and while on camera, he's going to get taken out. I mean, look, at this point, the bomb's going down, the plant's going to be the nitro from below there. From Willow and UON. Where's Eclipse? What's Eclipse doing right now? Oh, he's the one in garage. Where's Arbs? Is he just on the main breach waiting for something? He is. Okay. Yeah, interesting plan here. We're going to have to go for the boost and swing from red. Arbs to win the gunfight. Now it's all up to Willow in a 1 versus 2. SMG in hand. He's not going to get 1 as Eclipse finishes things for UON. But I'm hoping that someone can take an early lead here in this half, because so far this has been a very interesting back and forth.
Yeah, Monash do seem very fond of that Monty though, and it certainly played out very well for them. They got that they got the information from the Monty about the play on rafters, and then all the Ace had to do was open up that wall and just hold mouse 1. Easy pick, great use of information, and it's something that I think we've seen missing a little bit, especially with the drone work. So the fact that they're using the drones in real life, Monty, certainly very helpful.
Yeah, Monty has definitely been giving them a small edge, I think, with this game. He has been providing a lot of good utility for the team, and on top of such, obviously been providing them rounds due to the fact that he's just very potent on the field. Well, does a lot of damage in just the sheer amount of information he can relay back and forth to his team. But at the same time, you know, anything can go wrong with having the Monty, provided that it isn't a gun available to shoot. It isn't, you know, there for anything other than providing that information and going for plants. We did see the plant come out, but ultimately denied by Nitro. So Monty does have his weaknesses, and yeah, we'll see.
Good information does come out. They do spot this plant in garage. I would have been very disappointed if he got away with that. Very disappointed. At that point, you know, you just gotta stop. But finally, they do at least have the garage walls open, but they've opened. Okay. Okay, Hezbollah managed to take out the clips and the diffuser as well. Alright. Oh, here he goes. He's peeking with the one-times. Is this gonna work? I think this will work.
He doesn't have the MP5. He's got the SPSMG 1X AUG, and he is going to town inside of garage. He's got the Monty here with the black ice, trying to do something. He's gonna actually almost die somehow. Does it happen from Hezbollah? Did Hezbollah do? Oh, Hezbollah did that. But what was the call to unshield there from Raving? I mean, the Echo drone can't do it anymore, given the shield changes. It just sort of bumps it to the side, so it wasn't that. But, I mean, for what's going on after the 1v5, he's not even going to find the freebie on Zenny. He's going to get one onto Ruda as he comes through. The Malusi deep in cash, Zenny almost dying through the wall. How is Arbs allowed to just be in the site, taking people out here? Have they moved off? I think they've gone to play Diffuser Spud. It's a minute of playtime left, and Arbs is still alive somehow. I'd imagine that won't be much longer. There you go, with a nitro. What? Through the top red wall, kills him?
Oh no, not like
What?
this.
He's on concrete behind a reinforcement. How does he take damage from that? What? Polished game. Esports ready, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. You know what? At this point, I don't know what else I was expecting. Of course they're going to equalize. We're going to go to OT again. Like, I don't understand, Spud. What's going wrong between rounds? Like, we see a great round from one team, and then next round, no. We see a great round from the next, no. It's so unfortunate.
A lot of this comes down to consistency, I think, and they just don't have that consistency. They can pull out the great plays here and now and again, but I think they're not necessarily good plays because they were fundamentally good, but just that, they kind of got lucky it worked out in that situation. But of course, once you repeat it, the same, your results will vary, and so it doesn't work out exactly the same way. And we're seeing one or two players really doing a lot of heavy lifting, and so, of course, it's a one-shot headshot game. Once those players are taken out, they kind of fall apart. So it's just a matter of who keeps their ace up the sleeve alive the longest without losing them early on.
I mean, early picks have been such a huge issue in this game so far, it seems, but at the same time, it is definitely something interesting to sort of see happen. I mean, we've got the K1A Black Ice here too for Will. How are people pulling all these insane skins? Where is this in my Bravo packs? RCQ, please. I've got nothing but greens. I need a lifeline right now. It's not fair, man. I've been robbed on the Bravo pack.
This happened to me.
Not even. It's just straight up. Why? Why are my packs all green? Also, can I say, Monash have two players on the top floor, and UON have decided to go in the middle and just wait for them on the stairs. But in doing so, have allowed them to just walk away and waste a minute of playtime to achieve basically nothing in the roam clear. Hezbollah droned out. He's got the 1.5 on the MK14. He's done it, ladies and gentlemen. He's found the 1.5 selection. He's made it. He's going to realise now. He's going to be like, this is what I've been missing out on? Oh my. But
if you can do so much with the 1x, imagine what he's going to be like on the 1.5.
Imagine him with a 2.5. My gosh. OG Siege, this man would have been an absolute weapon. Half the round gone, and they're still looking for these roamers who are still on the top floor. He's going to get the bot. No, he's not going to get the bot. No, he is going to get... What? I can't. I can't. What's Raven doing?
Attackers recovered the bomb.
UON! What is happening? They still have garage control, and they're going to be able to get away back to the bomb side. What is going on the south side of the map?
I told you, we've done it. We've unlocked his full potential. This is him at his full power. Well, not anymore. Eclipse does finally take him out. But hey, the damage has been done now. In 40 seconds left, they're going to have to push into the site, and they're going to do that very quickly. One, take it out, but quickly trade it back. 2 bits. 3 now. Ruda Snooki. Okay, not sure what that peak was. And okay, at least it's a 1v2. At least they've got a 1v2 hit, right? But if Willow Wind looks the wrong way, he does. Oh no.
What's happened? I looked away for 5 seconds. It's a 1v1.
15 seconds remaining.
He can play the drones here, which I think is going to be the call that's been made
Please play
for the defense. He's got 9 seconds. Arbs needs to retreat the diffuser. Did he just put the extra one on the roof as Arbs ran by it? He's looking to try and find this kill, but he's not going to be able to go up blue fast enough. And
Operators, you are
Monash are going to win it a lot closer than it should have been, but they win it. that's the takeaway from that.
I mean, how much time did Hezbollah waste up there by himself?
About a minute and 50 seconds. And 2 kills.
And after all of that, they only had, bottom main. That was where the remaining players were. And somehow UON, Monash came so close to throwing it away once again. I don't understand how this is happening, but oh my goodness.
I don't know, Spud. I feel like that something is afoot, and we're gonna find out what it is very soon. But in saying so, Monash, they have the lead on defense. This is a defender-sided map, so providing that they can keep that up. I mean,
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it. I am going to stop myself. I'm going to go through my better judgment. Proceed to not. Albeit, look, having the lead is a good thing.
Yes. Undeniably, that is objectively true.
That's the whole point, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So keep it.
Yeah.
That's the goal here.
Wonder if they're going to back away from... Oh, no, Eclipse is on the attack this time. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, we're safe. No mute tricking to come out here. They don't actually have anything to deal with that jam on the wall, so I don't even think they're interested in doing it. Look at where Raving is, though, by the way. He's just creeping up main stairs. And until he gets to the Malusi, which, there you go, he has hit it, he's going to be forced back down. But look at the control UON have. They already have bar, they already have stage, they already have strip, bottom main, mid main as well. So, having all of this control is kind of insane for the attack. So you definitely want to be scared if you're Monash.
Yeah, will push up because of that. Gadget does get caught out. Arms, however, in the meantime, will find at least one, so that's a 1-for-1 trade. But 2 grenades and that heal gone is, kind of not really worth it, especially with the Malusi. Probably will have put down all of her gadgets already. But Raving, once again, in this position on the main stairs, he's just going to hold for now, wait for any players to cross. Does catch one. Perhaps a frag grenade. I don't know if this will land, but caught by an ADS, so unlucky there. Willow wins. Will win to see another day.
We're going to get the wall here as well now, with the ace and the thermite combo. Hezbollah playing inside of the bathroom. It's going to be relatively safe at the moment. Having main stairs control here for Raving. It's going to be a big thing for UON here. Hezbollah to go down to Zach. Zenny on low HP as well. UON, they're going to equalise this round. They can find a couple more kills. Indeed, they will. This is a big from Willow. He's going to find one. The free fire not there for the second. Zach to take him down. A lot of damage dealt. With one being found by Ruda, they have to now take the site fights. They're going to find that player jumping into the bathroom. It's now all up to Arbs. Didn't clutch the last round. Can he clutch this one? He has 30 seconds of play. And the diffuser in his hands. Needs to get in through the main breach here. He's going to walk in to try and find a fight, but no one's going to give it to him. They're both playing passively, waiting for something to happen. Push to come out. The Jaeger's actually going to lose it out first. Zenny need to come huge here, and indeed he will with the pre-fire. Monash, they're going to break the cycle for once and take 2 rounds to lead. And I believe now, Spot, as well, they're going to put us on match point.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to jinx it, but...
Yeah, don't say a word. Do not say a word.
Not going to say anything, but again...
Don't speak.
All right,
just watch this last round.
Just watch this play out. Why do they always leave it to a 1v1, right? They have the advantage. Why?
I don't know. I really don't.
Defenders, protect your
honest,
bombs
Spud.
being
At the
defused by
same
attackers.
time, at the end of the day, it's all fun. That's the whole point, right? Just we're here to have fun, enjoy ourselves as much as we feasibly can. But at the same time, Monash, they've got to keep this up. something to happen. I'm not going to say what. It's something. I'm sure you guys can figure it out to happen.
2 rounds up, they've gone back to the mute, so no bandit
10 seconds left
teams
before
post.
insertion.
Well, we did see a lot of bandits picking on UON when they were
5
on the
seconds
defense,
remaining.
but so far Monash not too fond of doing that, rather opting for that late round denial. We did see the Echo come in very, very useful in that late round where, of course, Arm's forced to push by himself. And I think they're kind of leaning into that. They've got the Malusi to slow things down. They've got the mute to deny the information. And of course, Echo going for that plant denial at the end. That is, of course, if they realize Willow Wins is just chilling here. If they get a little too close, that shotgun will kill them.
That's another thing I've noticed. They just haven't thrown at all. And I mean, with that, oh, they spotted him. They've seen him. They know he's there. They know he's in this corner. Willow is not long for this world. Eclipse is going to deal with... Oh, what? He's going to get away. So much damage dealt. The kill as well. What? What is... UON? Stop. Okay. This... What? What's happening? Raving to go down too, just walking through Master without a care in the world. Or did he open up one or two, but Sendit's at least going to find one. You know what, Spud? I don't know. I really don't know.
We might as well just toss coins at this point, because this could go either way. Like, all our thoughtful in that. I've said it multiple times, right? All the players, they just gotta hate the casters, right? Because they deliberately go out of the way to do the complete opposite of what we were thinking, right? And so every time we say something, they're just like, hey guys, let's just toss a coin, see what happens, right? And we'll just really confuse the casters. That's what they're doing here.
Oh, it's 50-50. Let's toss it. We're going to rush or are we going to play properly? So let's do it. Heads, 3 seconds left to find this kill in the defuse. Yeah, Zenny's internet is dying. Yeah, there we go. 700 ping. And unfortunately, the game will not end here. They're going to ask for a tech pause. We will see whether or not that is going to be allowed. It will be. Match point, we're going to go full regulation. All 12 rounds, Spud. Oh, we're back. Hello. I was watching attentively, ladies and gentlemen, as to what was going to happen. We're not warned about that in any pretense whatsoever. But yeah, here we are on the full screen. Spud, break that down for us, because there's a lot to talk about.
Oh, I'm just confused. Like, that's just my feeling. These players, they don't really seem to, care too much about droning and all that. They just, take the gunfight. Sometimes they win it, sometimes they don't. And I feel like that's something that really will come back to bite them when they get into playoffs, when they play against teams who aren't going to be doing that, who will actually use the information, and they won't have the opportunity to take the gunfights before they're shut down. Having said that, though, sometimes it's just insane. Like, Willow Wins by all intents and purposes should have been dead. That frag grenade had his name written on it, but he just kind of waltzed on out, and then just killed Eclipse while he was there, and like, see ya, I'm out. Bye. Like, what can you do?
The thing that is also really interesting is, that round at the end was a 2v1 inside of the site. Defense had the bomb, and they just let Zach walk around and pretty much do whatever he wants inside of the site. They have yokais available. I assume they have yokais available. We haven't seen anyone actually shoot them. So provided that they are still up and sort of available, they're not relaying any information about what's going on inside of the site. I mean, we just saw Nomad walking around there, picking up all those kills, and I mean, that should have been around for the defense. And even then, provided the Echoes were still in play, which, don't get me wrong, they might not have been, but provided that they were, we did not see them utilized at all in that clutch. Yes, the ping was unfortunately an issue, but at the end of the day, it's just, I don't know. That was not it, Chief. Is all we'll say. But I mean, yeah, I can't read into this, but it is so hard to sort of justify what's going on, because I cannot think of a reason as to why these things are happening.
It's just a bit of controlled chaos, and at some points, things do slip out of control and goes one way, and then they kind of grab it back, and it goes the other way. We are at a 6-5 standpoint right now. We are one round away from either finishing this match and wrapping it up, or we go to overtime. Right? That's how close it is. It's been a back and forth both of these games, and Monash, they did have a 2-round lead, which is, the most
Key.
either of these teams can say in terms of lead. So, okay, props to them. They managed to get 2 rounds ahead, but they've dropped the ball once. If they drop it again, it's overtime, and then anything could happen. We could see UON actually, win on Mankeys map, and then, it's a 1-1. And, what can you say?
Look, at the end of the day, we're hoping, Spud, secretly, that Monash can make it happen. But at the same time, I would love to see UON take it to OT and give it a crack. Arbs is having such a good game this game compared to Oregon, 15-8. I think that is also part of the fact that he's been in a 1vx so many times, and he's been given so many kills to pad the stats. Albeit great player. And he's definitely that. But yeah, Monash, they've got downstairs, so arguably probably the easiest site on this map to defend. Albeit in saying this, now that I've said it, it's not going to be. But the prep phase has been over for about 50 seconds. Again, they're just completely disregarding this main stairs. The player upstairs isn't even looking through the vert holes that are there to hold the main stairs, and Raving's just sitting there. Come on, Hezbollah, you want to peek them. Peek the vert holes. It's a free kill. He's going to get all the way down before you even spot him. He's not even got them open. And Raving's at the bottom of main. This is not good for Monash at all if he can make a play here with this G8.
Either you've got one or two options. Either you commit, you kind of cut off those plays at the bottom of the main stairs, go for that early pressure, force those roamers to come back, or you help with the roam clear, especially because they don't know you're there. You can pop up from the unexpected places. They're not going to expect you to walk up main stairs or something like that, right? But no, he just kind of sits there and does neither of those things, and Rowan will just get taken out for free as well. No trade back coming in. Hey, at least his roam clear is kind of better than the one we've seen before. They've at least got a player, but Hezbollah and Willowwind still lurking at a minute. Half the round gone, and they're still up here.
It's like half a roam clear. Like they take middle, top, main, and master, but they don't touch blue, bottom, red, cash side, nothing. And they're going to allow the roamers to get back to site. I mean, Willow is just sitting in a corner in lounge. And if I had to guess, I would say he will probably find a kill here. Or the complete polar opposite, he is not going to move from this position, and nobody from UON is going to go that way at all because they're just not interested. At the same time, I would not be surprised by that either. Albeit only 58 seconds left in play here. Monash have 4 alive. The Echo as well. Try and play for denial. No hatch control as far as I know here yet for UON. They may have it, but here comes Send It. Okay, no, the bomb's going down. Echo yet to make an impact. Vigil's going to get caught, and the bomb is going to be planted. Yeah, big kills though from Monash. Lose has bullet on the trade to start with. However, Jaeger's there for 1, rooted to find it. Zenny will go down in the process, and now it's a post plant. Clips and Send It to hold things down. And there you go, we're going to OT.
What?
Okay.
What is going on, guys?
You have Echo. Where are the drones? What's going on? It's sort of like a why are you sprinting moment. Why are you not using your denial? What? I don't get it, Spud. I don't.
They have all the... Okay, they've got the map control they need.
Hear me out.
Yeah. I'm listening.
Oh no, I was saying that's what you were doing right now. You're like, yeah, hear me out.
No. I'm not
bomb.
I'm still criticizing Monash, right? I'm still saying, look, they had all the positions they needed. They had the man advantage, right? They had the players. They had the utility. I just don't know how they managed to let ARBS just walk onto site and plant. I don't know, and that genuinely puzzles me. Maybe we just missed it on the observer, but
Attackers have
at the
located
same
bomb.
time, how? How did they get there?
I really don't know. Oh, I don't even know where ARBS came from.
10 seconds left.
Unless he was just playing. he was just like, okay,
5 seconds
here,
left.
I'll put this down real quick. And
I think he just dropped through kitchen hatches and
he
yeah,
died,
okay,
he died as soon as it went down as well. So someone killed him. But the Echo drone just I mean, we said this about the smoke from Raven. The denial was there, the utility was available, but it was just completely disregarded in every aspect of the word disregarded. It was not used, wasn't even thought about. And here we are again. But instead of the smoke, it's the Echo. Hezbollah with the orb in the garage. Last time he found 2 in this position doing this exact
Attackers
same
have
thing.
located a bomb.
Monty keeps turning his back and de-shielding. Is there an echo? Oh my god. What happened there? Where was that even? Was that down? What? Where did they just die?
That's unfortunate.
What's going on? I don't understand.
Is this
I
how we
feel-
finally see a team
This
win?
is how we all lose it. What does that say?
I'm gonna get so much shit for this.
Oh, it's Buller as well. The Monty's dead! To edge? Okay, Spud. I am call me Fisher because I'm blue. What's going on? What is going on? Arms in the clutch again. And knowing what's happened previous, he's gonna win it. He's just gonna walk up garage and kill all 3 people, in knowing this is what's happened every time we've seen the club. Oh man. He's allowed to walk all the way up. Nothing. Spud. I don't even know at this point. Wait, did Monty push? Oh, okay. I think I know.
Right. What? Okay, he certainly doesn't need to take that. Oh, no. Here we go. Yeah, this is the big red play. I also don't know what hit him. Watch.
You're gonna
They jump right through.
already. Oh. Oh.
He's gonna do it. Is he gonna do it? Come on.
Doesn't
Come on.
know. He's just sort of peeking around. There's the Echo drone. First time I think we've actually seen it used here from Zenny. Albeit in the wrong time to find the Echo drone. Rude up.
Oh, no.
Come on. We can't be doing that. 2 players on, a sliver of HP. The shotgun.
Oh,
no, the
my God.
SMG through the floor.
Oh, thank goodness.
At least they killed Arbs. At least he's dead. The round is won. He knew as well. He pre-fired downwards. Imagine he hits that shot, flicks up, player on 20 health, done. 1v1. Oh, I would have cried. I genuinely would have cried. They won it. It's okay. They made it happen. They just have to win a defense now. It's all they have to do, Spud. I know I've said it, but oh, Spud. Are we going to see the 8-7? Is this going to be max OT?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I have an OT curse. I really do. I mean, at OPL yesterday, we had 3 max OT games. And here we are. First game OT, second game OT. We are live, laugh, and love it. We really are. It's great.
The first game was 8-6. So, wait, okay, if Monash wins this 8-6 again, I'm gonna lose. Okay, UON cannot possibly win this 8-6. So,
10 seconds to go.
no matter which way we go, Monash will technically come out on top. So it may only be by a single round. Imagine that.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Monash, please.
a bomb.
I'm lost, Spud, for words. This one's difficult. Oh, come on.
Oh,
no,
no.
Jack, don't do this. Oh, Hezbollah, mate.
Reloading.
No.
He would have won that if he had the 1.5.
Would he though? Would he though? He wasn't even
Excuse
looking.
I'm giving. He would have been able to see him, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Spud. By the looks of things, in my professional opinion, it's not very professional. It looks like we're going to OT.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, maybe the curse will reverse itself, and now that means Monash will somehow win it. I mean, oh no, sorry, Arbs is on the defense now, so it's not gonna work. Oh, he's peeped.
Oh,
He wins against the chains. Okay, that was pretty cool, Eclipse. I'll give that to you. That was pretty cool.
Defender exposed.
I don't know what's even cooler here. That wasn't bad. But do you want to know what's even cooler than that, Spud?
Yeah, go on.
Max OT. Let's go! Woo! 8-7 all the way to 15 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. This game has truly gone more than the whole 9 yards. We're going to 15, Spud.
Yeah, at least Monash gets to defend again.
Yeah, that's gonna be good for them. Raving on the Monty once more. Is this Monty even working out? Like
Attackers
at
need
this
to
point?
locate and defuse as many
It's
bombs
mixed
as they
bag.
can.
Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't. Again, it comes down to that consistency we've been talking about.
The bag is definitely mixed right now. The bag has also been fumbled on multiple occasions by both teams. I mean, this has gone on for 15 rounds and it could have been ended twice. I feel bad for the players
10
because
seconds to go.
it has just been so unfortunate, the things that have happened round to round. A team looks great, and then we look away for 2 seconds, and the 4v1 that they had is a 1v1, and the player wins it. And it's like, oh, cool. And then, like, the next round, it's just 2 people die on the spawn seat for that team, and it's like, oh, no. What has happened? And it's just these constant unfortunate things that keep going wrong for them. But hopefully they can... Well, at the end of the day, there is no more rounds after this, so whoever wins, wins. But, you know, I don't know, Spud. Did they just
Someone will
Who
be more
shot?
fortunate than the other.
The chosen one, somebody would say. Hezbollah's found the 1.5 again. Oh, we already know Monash have got this. It's dangerous in the right hands. Hezbollah's hands are the right chosen ones. He's going to find one, make it 2. He's going to get the Havanas as well. This man really does it all. Did he get the drone? Can he get a 3rd? No, he
Oh, it's always 2.
shut it down. It's always 2 and no more. He really does do it all. 2 kills for Havana Pellet, almost the drone, and 3rd as well. I mean, at this point, UON, it's not looking great at all. With only 3 left, and 1 more nano surge, 2 claymores and 2 smokes is not a great amount of utility, and only 2 ace charge. Where'd the other ace charge go? What's Arbs use that on? Oh, Spud. I think we've almost come to the conclusion of the games this evening. Provided that UON can make a mad clutch here, they'll walk away with it. But Monash, with 4 players alive, and still a full roam presence, it's looking good. Oh, we're going to get some Echo drone usage here as well from Zenny. I don't actually think that connected, unfortunately, because it was too far away. But I think he got destroyed there as well from the nade. But a minute left. Raving stands strong. Spud, the final minute of play. And they do it.
Willow wins finally comes back from his roam. He's finally decided to come home. Oh no!
Impact. See ya. Oh! It only took him the whole round to play, but it works out in the end. Monash, after an extensive period of time, are going to get the job done, finally, on the end of Clubhouse there. We didn't get to see the scoreboard, but I'm sure there were some big kills across the board. Spud, what an insane night.
Yeah, look, some very interesting plays from both teams. A bit of, as you said, mixed bag. Bag was kind of dropped and it was a bit of a mad scramble there at the end, but ultimately Monash came out on top. And one thing's for sure, there were certainly some very interesting moments where we didn't think they would win that, but somehow someone just does something weird and it just works. I'm still thinking of that grenade where Willow Wins just kind of walked it off. Just like, yeah, no worries. Walks away from it, kills Eclipse, and then just kind of moseys on back to site. It's just things like that, that's just Siege, right? That's just how the game plays out sometimes. Of course, we wouldn't be able to play any of this if it weren't for our sponsors. We've talked about Predator, but of course, we also have to thank AOC, the best viewing experience. AOC is a global leader in monitor display technology. For more than 50 years, AOC has delivered an exceptional viewing experience to millions of loyal customers worldwide. Today, the company offers a wide selection of stylish monitors for home, office, or gaming. Of course, RRG, our headset partner, what it takes to win. RRG develops headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the RRG team and enhance your gaming experience. Well, before we go, I think we need to shout out our socials. Thank you, of course, for watching on our streams or wherever it may have been, on Facebook, Twitch, what have you. But of course, AEL social platforms. If you want to find out more about AEL or upcoming events and live streams, check out /AU Esports League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and also TikTok. We do have one of those. And Twitch, we are on at /AEL Uni and AEL Uni 2. So there's two channels. I believe they may have been showing a CSGO game or something like that. But of course, we all know Siege is a superior game. It's also the one that takes longer, apparently.
Yeah, CS games over in 30 minutes, but either way, Spud, it's been an insane night. Remember to go check out all of our lovely sponsors as well as all of our socials. My name is Proto ANZ on Twitter, and joining me has been Spudoom on Twitter. We've had an amazing night, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the games as much as we did. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Have a good evening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Kunzi and I'm a cosplayer and streamer, and today we're checking out the Nitro 5 by Acer. This is honestly one of the smoothest gameplay experiences that I've had, especially on a laptop. The graphics are amazing, it's not laggy, it's very lightweight. The keyboard feels really nice to play with, and I love the RGB lights. Look how pretty they are. We love a rainbow. Yes! 4-star! 4-star character! If you're looking for a gaming laptop on the go, be sure to check out Acer's range.